Michelle is anxious to get started and get us into 2024 today, as we welcome everybody to our TMN Tuesday January event, our first of our 2024 series. I'm excited to see so many familiar names in the chat, and excited to get going with another fantastic year for the Texas Master Naturalist program. As we get started, as we do with all of our webinars, we like to run through a quick tech and a quick webinar etiquette slide to make sure that we're all on the same page together. We do have a help guide on our website for WebEx, so if you're having issues with your WebEx this time around, just check out that help guide. It's got lots of FAQs and troubleshoot functions to it. We are going to be using chat today to be able to communicate with you as attendees to our webinar. We have both Hannah and Michelle and myself all checking the chat and responding to questions as we go along. Please help us to answer those questions appropriately as intended, with using your best grammar and your best spelling and no acronyms, and help keep our chat professional and respectful and on topic for us today. We are going to be allowing, this webinar does count for 1 hour of advanced training for our Master Naturalist. And you can see that the recording is also going to be posted to the website, and that will count for advanced training as well. Again, if you are new to our webinar series, our attendees are not able to unmute or share your video, but that is on purpose to allow our speakers, which is us today, but our speakers to have the stage and be able to share the information that they need to share. So with that, Michelle, I'm going to jump into it. If you want to give us the welcome to our webinar series.
Yeah, so again, welcome. This is our state of the program, I guess, address for the new year. One of the things, this TMN Tuesday is something that we offer on the second Tuesday of every month, plus some, which you'll learn a little bit more about later today. But one of the things I ask is if you can please help us, please help support future events like this for the Master Naturalist program, and include or take the survey that is added here. It's completely voluntary, but we'd love for you to contribute to that survey if you could, and help keep events like this going and going into the future, as long as we can keep them running. Our TMN Tuesday today, again, as Mary Pearl mentioned and I mentioned earlier, it is us speaking with you this morning. We're your featured speakers today. So excited to be with you and kicking off the 2024 program year of the Master Naturalist program. And so we'll be talking about the state of the program today.
I'll take this one. Our agenda for today is to go through our 2023 in review, to talk about some of the program accomplishments over the last year, those things that we talked about at this time last year that we were working on. And then we're going to kick off our 2024 program planning, let you guys know what we're planning for the upcoming year, some new updates and some new faces that you're going to see along the way. And then we'll be sharing some resources for you as you engage in your 2024 career with the Master Naturalist program and your 2024 journey as a Master Naturalist. One thing I do want to note is you'll see throughout the presentation today, we're using chapter member photos that were submitted as part of our contest, our photo art and media contest last year, with credit given to those members as they have submitted their photos in different categories. So this is just a slight encouragement for you to think about what photos you're going to submit for our photo contest this coming fall, this year, so that you can be featured on future programs as well. And they're all beautiful. I love every one of them.
So coming from the state office, joining us today and representing our state office is myself as a state program coordinator. We also have Mary Pearl as our assistant state coordinator, a new face that you'll learn a little bit more about today, Hannah Ferguson, our program support specialist, and then Evelyn Gomez. She wasn't able to attend the TMN Tuesday today, but if you've attended the annual meeting, you met Evelyn for the first time. She's recently added to our program back in the fall, late fall, as our student program aide.
So our 2023 in review, if you attended our annual meeting, this picture may look familiar and you may see your face in the crowd. This was our Saturday event, our Eclipse event at the October 2024 annual meeting, 2023 annual meeting on the El Sal's Ranch, hosted by the East Foundation, where we had a wonderful photographer, Jonathan Vale, take this by drone, and it's one of my favorite pictures of the last couple of years at least. So rounding out our 2023 in review, we're going to highlight a couple of things that we are wrapping up, continuing to wrap up. But our program plans for 2023 included our major 25th anniversary as a program. A series of different topics and surveys and products that we created off of that we'll talk about here in just a second. We focused in on chapter anniversaries in 23. We won't recover those, but for those that celebrated an anniversary in 23, congrats. We had chapters hosting spring and fall trainings throughout the year. We had a wonderful TMN Tuesday series in 2023, and we'll recap that here in just a second. We had a virtual volunteer fair last spring with a great turnout of both participants and projects. And we'll talk about what that looks like in 2024. And then our 2023 annual meeting that I've talked about just a second ago, we'll recap that as well. And then finally, our program branding, we'll talk about that as a continuation into 2024 and our endowment and future programming. So with that, in 2023, we celebrated our 25th anniversary. Our logo for the 25th anniversary was produced by a wildlife student, Audrey Tolley, using a series of our previous recertification pins. Not all of the species from our recertification pins, but as many as we could get into the state to represent the vast range of people and topics and ecoregions and species that our master naturalists impact on a daily basis and have impacted for 25 years. And we really enjoyed getting to utilize her artwork throughout the year. Michelle, you want to talk about the timeline?
Yes, one of the things that we did during the 25th anniversary was add to our timeline for the Master Naturalist program. So this is something that was started in, what was the year, 2018?
17.
For our 20th anniversary. And so we added to the timeline for the next 5 years, included the next 5 years, and made that timeline into this huge panel display that if you attended the annual meeting, you saw it at the annual meeting. We have some ideas for how that timeline will be incorporated into some of our media and electronic media going forward. So hopefully that will be more available in other places. We had a lot going on for our 25th anniversary year. And many of those things are still active, and you can still contribute to our storytelling project, the 25th anniversary survey, just asking people to tell us more about your experience in the program and what you would tell others about it. And you're welcome to contribute to that information continually. And let's see, we also have coming up this year, our VMS system in closeout of 2023 is still ongoing. So you have, as a member, you still have up until 45 days past December 31st to report any of your service hours or report service hours to the December 31st. So you have about 45 days, less than that now, to get those items reported. But after that timeline moves forward, we'll be getting polling reports from VMS and kind of reporting out more of what took place in the completion of our 25th anniversary year in our whole 25 years of the program. So just a reminder, if you haven't done your reporting for the end of the year yet, and those last couple of weeks in December, please do. And that will help us get the 25th anniversary report kind of pulled more fully and completely as that time elapses.
Yeah, and as Michelle said, this timeline, one of the questions in the chat, Michelle, was about how can our members view this timeline outside of the annual meeting. This will be joining us at the annual meetings in the future as a physical object, but we are working on ways to make it into a digital product that we can put on our website as well. And so once we have that ready to debut and share with you guys, we'll get that out on our website, our social, our email listservs, all over the place. We're pretty proud of all of your accomplishments and all of the pictures and stories that are represented in this history. Some more wrap up to our 2023. We had a great series of TMN Tuesdays throughout the year, starting off with our State of the Program last year again. And you may have noticed a theme in our 2023 TMN Tuesdays. We covered different topics out of our curriculum, trying to spread our focus on these webinars throughout different regions, different focus areas, different specialty areas to really give you as our Master Naturalist those tools, this advanced training as this is intended to be through a variety of different areas of our coverage and of our mission as Master Naturalists, as well as a variety of different speakers from different agencies and backgrounds to be able to really give you resources for different speakers, different topics, different areas to dive deep into and your own personal knowledge experiences with the Master Naturalist program. All of these recordings are on our website. They're also on our YouTube channel. And they're a great way to replay some of the highlights of 2023. Advanced training for our 2023 TMN Tuesdays is no longer available, as that's within the calendar year in which they happen. You can get advanced training. I'm going to say that one more time to make it clear. You can get advanced training for watching the live or recorded versions of the TMN Tuesdays as presented within the calendar year that they're hosted. So our 2023 webinars are great resources, great information, and we encourage you to continue to watch them, but they can't count for advanced training in 2024. And that'll be the same as we go into 2024. All of our calendar year 2024 events will be available for advanced training as recordings or watched live as well. And Michelle asked the question in chat, what was your favorite? And I think all of them were my favorite. It's hard to pick your favorite child. They're all awesome.
One each month.
Exactly. Recapping our 2023 annual meeting. If you attended or if you've checked in on our annual meeting stats, we've shared this before, but again, we're pretty proud of what we did in 2023, of what you did as Master Naturalists, and what you participated in at our annual meeting last October in McAllen. A huge thanks, that's not on this slide, but another thank you, shout out to our two host chapters, the South Texas Border and the Rio Grande Valley chapter. We had 475 registrants representing 42 of the 49 chapters, with 120 speakers, 100 plus sessions, 25 plus field sessions. I think it was 28 total field sessions, including the all-day Eclipse field day out to the El Sal's Ranch. And it was a whirlwind of a weekend that we were all exhausted from, but it was great to be able to see our family of Master Naturalists from across the state gather, engage in training, engage in networking, and get to just hang out and refresh our connection with each other and the resources that we were learning about. We also got to award some pretty fantastic award winners, our project fair winners, our video contest winners, chapter advisor of the year, along with our photo art and media contest winners that I've mentioned already. But all of that wrap up is available on our website. Check out those winners, their projects, the videos of our project fairs. A great way to really see some of the best of our program in our awards wrap up from last year. And then last but not least, Michelle, you want to talk about our 2024 recertification pin?
One of the things that we announced at the annual meeting in October, and this is typical of every October annual meeting, is that we announced the annual recertification pin for the upcoming year. And so for 2024, this year's recertification pin is the Western Diamondback Rattlesnake. And you can see the picture of that pin right there. It was designed using the pictures on I guess it'd be the right-hand side of the slide there. So designed from actual pictures of specimens. This will be the 2024 annual recertification pin. So if you're a member who's already reached your first certification pin and you've received that already, obtaining the 40 hours of service and a minimum 8 hours of advanced training in the 2024 calendar year will afford you the this year's recertification pin. Those will be available for order in late February and through our pin ordering process. And the year, I see in the chat, the year is printed on the back as well. So any question about which pin is for what it has been debuted in which year? The year is typically, for recertification pins, the year is typically imprinted on the back. So this one is for 2024. And we have a lot of excitement about this pin, and hopefully the presentation or the person that debuted the pin at the annual meeting gave a wonderful, amazing advanced training about the Western Diamondback rattlesnake. And we hope to have that person back in an upcoming TMN Tuesday because it was spectacular. So
it was. We were all asking for more.
So more to come on that, hopefully.
For sure. So moving into our plans for 2024, and we've got some pretty big plans for this upcoming year. Michelle and I don't know how to slow down, and we don't know how to not do all the things. And so we're going to talk about 5 different areas of program planning that we have for 2024, our program growth that you will see over the next couple of years and next year and next couple of months. Some program branding that we're going to be focused on in the coming year, some chapter events, state events, and then some long-term planning that we will continue to be doing as we've kept on our plans for many years.
So our first little graphic there was program growth. And we mentioned when we first got on, when we mentioned the program staff of the state office, I mentioned Hannah Ferguson. Hannah just joined us as our program support specialist as of late December. So congratulations and welcome to Hannah. If you can give everybody a wave, Hannah. Hannah's main responsibilities will be to sum them up in just 3 bullets. She's doing much more than that, but the 3 big things are she'll be our chapter liaison for the program. From the chapter standpoint, she'll be a nexus for enhanced communication back to the state program. And then helping to manage our website and social media and several other projects on our plate too. So welcome, Hannah. She's drinking from a fire hose right now, I think, and probably will be even more so after we've just introduced her to all of our master naturalists here online, and And further, as she begins to get to know chapters and leaders from chapters and members from chapters and all the great things that our chapters and members and projects are doing statewide. So welcome, Hannah. Is there anything you'd want to mention about your background or
Just give a
how
little,
you arrived at this point?
I'll give a little introduction. Howdy, everyone. My name is Hannah Ferguson. I am actually born and raised in Georgetown, Texas, so I saw some people from that Goodwater chapter there. I was in 4-H for 8 years and actually did the junior master naturalist program, so got a little familiar with the program through that. I got my undergraduate degree at Texas A&M in Ag Communications and Journalism. Then went and got a master's at the University of Arkansas in Ag Extension Education, Communications and Leadership. And when I was job hunting, I really wanted to be in either the ag or the wildlife sector. And when I saw this position open, I just pursued it. I was very excited to be on this team, and I'm very excited to be here. I'm looking forward to working with all of y'all and working with the program.
There's lots of warm wishes and warm welcomes in the chat for you, Hannah. As Lisa said, you will be busy, but having gotten to 25 years in the program, to have a third full-time staff member with the Master Naturalist Program State Office is long overdue and sorely needed. So we're really excited to have Hannah on our team to put in that extra effort for the program, for you as our chapters and you as our members.
So we have a 1 to about 5,000 staff ratio now. So I did see in the chat someone asked about the VMS, and it was like you were reading our agenda and read our mind. We are going through over the course of this year, so there's nothing new right now. But by the end of the year, we should have an update to the TMN VMS. It has been almost actually this year. It's been about 10 years since we implemented or began to implement the Texas Master Naturalist Volunteer Management System statewide. And as you can imagine, as with any technology has grown and changed over the last 10 years. And so our VMS database will also grow and change over the course of this year. A lot of the VMS will go through a refresh and a rebuild to help enable those updates and new features. And so that will be taking place over the course of this calendar year, with implementation hopefully happening at maybe the last quarter of the year, late fall, early winter, kind of the October, November, December timeframe. We don't know what will look like yet. I know you're going to ask. I don't know. We've just begun the rebuild meetings in very late December. And so just beginning to talk about what the rebuild will need to include and look like. So I don't have anything to show you at this point, but our VMS team will be involved. We will have I know the company right now is in the process of moving everything, moving kind of a static version of what we have in our database now over into the new updated technology, and then we'll continue building out from there. Our VMS team will be involved in that rebuild and testing, and when it does get to a workable point, we will have training sessions and videos and hands-on sessions for our members and chapter leaders and VMS administrators to be running through and helping to implement at the local chapter level.
Michelle,
So
there's some questions.
not a lot of different information to share with you today, but just know that it's coming, and more information will be made available as it becomes available.
There's some questions in the chat for how members could provide input, feedback, comments, support for this process. Will there be a collection of comments or testing needed?
So we've already taken all of the comments that we receive continually about the VMS and over the past 10 years and have provided that to the company as we continually do through the process. If you want to make sure that something was included, just send me a note, and I can cross check that with our list.
Perfect. There's some more questions in chat about VMS specifically. It looks like we've got some great new interns online. Please check in with your local VMS admin. They are your first line of contact for any sort of questions about how to function within VMS and some of those updates as well. And we're excited to have this over another long overdue update for the technology.
And I'm just looking at just to move back regarding the VMS. I was just looking at some of the comments in the chat. So nothing in VMS has changed or is changing until we let you know that it's going to change. So I saw some questions about I couldn't log in yesterday. Is it because of the change? Nothing in VMS has changed. And you will receive multiple notifications of a date of when things would be moving over. Nothing has taken place yet. So on my end, on the back end, on the agency level, we're just starting the meetings to go over what that development looks like now. So
Michelle, this is off script just a little bit, but would you give a little bit of context to why having a solid VMS system is important for the Master Naturalist program as far as reporting hours and funding?
So our VMS is a system that tracks all of our metrics for the program. It is a requirement by the agency. And one of the main requirements is that the program is funded by a federal grant through the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, and the electronic tracking of our time and our metrics through this database is the requirement. So our Master Naturalist volunteer hours are used as in-kind match towards a federal grant received that funds the program. And this is the database we're required to use in order to substantiate that.
And having that information in a clean format from our Master Naturalist volunteers really helps us to secure that funding and report to the requirements of the grant.
Yeah. And just it's easier to track. I've been here since, we used to be on paper. And so this is a whole lot better than paper.
And VMS also helps us to celebrate your accomplishments. You saw our 25th anniversary timeline earlier. Having correctly entered data, and we could go on for another hour about VMS, but having correctly entered data helps us to celebrate what you as members are inputting into this program so that we at the state office can celebrate your accomplishments, your chapter's accomplishments, and our accomplishments at the state level of the program. So thank you. Some more updates for our program as we're getting into our program building focus, or program branding focus for 2024. We've talked about this for a little while, that this is an area that we need to revisit in the coming year to really make sure that our program brand is represented correctly and is easy to use for our chapter managers, our chapter leaders. Has great tools that we are being able to provide you with great tools. And that's part of what Hannah is going to be able to do as that chapter liaison. So we will be working on updating our brand guide in 2024. That's not an update to the logo, but that is an update to the resources surrounding the logo and surrounding our brand, including templates for social media, newsletters, websites, one-pagers, chapter impact report templates, and so on. And so that will be a focus that we'll be working on to make sure, again, that our program brand is out there. It's easy for our chapters to use, and that it is something that we can put proudly on a variety of different gear, including some of our updated Master Naturalist merchandise that we'll be restocking in our AgriLife Learn store. So many of y'all have seen our winter sale that we used as a way to clear out and refresh our content in our AgriLife Learn sale. Our AgriLife Learn store, this is our bookstore. This is where we have all of our our merchandise, our shirts, our hats, our patches, our lanyards, and this will be getting a refreshed look with a lot more and new gear in the spring of 2024. So be on the lookout for that, and we'll send that out via our website, our social media, and our listserv once that's restocked. Michelle, you want to cover this one?
So 2020, every year at the beginning of the year, and even in December, our email inboxes and our phones get flooded with people calling to get more information about training coming up for different chapters in the upcoming year. People are thinking about their New Year's resolutions still. And Master Naturalist is typically on the list for a lot of people. So one of the things that we need help with from your chapters is updating the basic training information for your chapter for the calendar year. If your chapter is considering a training to take place in 2024, it could be one training or two trainings. Please add that information to our basic training survey that we have here on the website. And I think Mary Pearl, if you could drop the link about the training classes. So if having all the information in one place and everything available for the entire year helps people plan a little bit further and get connected with your chapter when they're trying to find someone. So if you could help with having your chapter update the basic training information and even application periods, when application periods open. Some of your chapters have some pretty sought after application periods, and it's pretty competitive to get in. So having that information available for people to research and be ready, those who are interested, is very helpful. And we try to capture all that on our website for new people coming to the program so that they can find it.
I'll also say don't ever undervalue the power of word of mouth for recruiting new members to your chapter. As your chapter enters into its new training season, either this spring or next fall. Help us to recruit members to your new chapter. One, by having this information on our website so that we can help you, but talk it up, tell your neighbors, tell your friends, and those that are interested in engaging in the Master Naturalist program. That is the biggest power of our program, is the people.
Word of mouth is the number one way other people become involved in the program. We have a lot of chapter anniversaries this year. So one of the things we always do in the state of the program is not only celebrate the program as a collective, but our chapters that make up the program individually as well. In 2024, we have several chapters celebrating some big anniversaries. Bacones Canyonlands and Guadalupe chapter having their 10th anniversary this year. The Sabine Neches chapter celebrating their 15th anniversary. Coastal Prairie chapter celebrating their 20th anniversary this year. And then for the 25th anniversary year, the Cross Timbers chapter, Elm Fork, and Gulf Coast chapter are all celebrating their 25th anniversary. And just a reminder to your chapters, I think for certainly the 20th and 25th anniversary, we did develop logos or anniversary logos for the program during those years, the anniversary years, and we developed them with the intent that they were generic enough for chapters to be able to use those logos as they came around also. So keep a lookout on the website for those logos if your chapter would like to implement them in your anniversary year, anniversary celebration. And also, I'm going to mention it because I just received it at my office on my desk on yesterday. The 20th, we have a 20th anniversary red carpet poster that has the 20th anniversary logo on it. So that is available to the first chapter who would like to use it for their 20th. Actually, there's only one. So Coastal Prairie, I'm going to send it your way for you to use in your 20th anniversary celebration this year. So that makes it easy.
Moving into some of our state events that we have planned for 2024. You guys are here on our first TMN Tuesday for the 2024 series. And we have a full year worth of programs planned. Our TMN Tuesday started in 2021, in the year of the right after the pandemic, and have been such a great way for us to share training resources, speakers, content with our whole state of master naturalists, and we're going to continue this program into 2024 with some updates. They are still on the second Tuesdays of the month, but we've got some added content into our TMN Tuesdays with a TNT mini series. I'll talk about those, or Michelle will talk about those two here in just a second. We also have some joint programs happening over the summer months and into the late winter months, so that our programs and our chapter presidents and our TMN Tuesdays have that ability to cross over in those months. So as we get into our TMN Tuesdays,
just to answer a couple questions that came in chat regarding TMN Tuesdays, we won't be, so there's a question about moving TMN Tuesday to avoid a conflict of another different organization's webinar. We won't be moving the TMN Tuesdays. What we do is we record these. They are available for you to watch, and you still get advanced training credit for watching them within the year. So
yeah, I think Andrea's
if you're not
talking
able
about
to make it live, you can watch it recorded, and then also that Tech Tuesday, it's recorded too also, right? So that's available as a recording as well.
We're going to run out of Tuesdays if we start moving things around a little bit. This graphic is on our website. Our TMN Tuesday registration link is live on our website, and I'll drop that in the chat here in just a second. But you can sign up for the whole year worth of series, including our special crossover event now. Let me put that in the chat.
So we have a couple of crossover events. Someone asked earlier this week about the mini series, that when they registered for all the TMN Tuesdays, they were able to register for the TNT mini series, but they weren't sure what that was yet. So we're just getting the information out about that now, and with this being one of them. So the Texas Nature Checkers program is offering additional TMN Tuesdays in addition to our regular TMN Tuesday events. The first one will be January 23rd, and it is covering a brand new project that we have that the TNT program is implementing this year on acoustic bat monitoring. And this is my family you see in the pictures. We're a protocol test family, test site where I live. And so you see my daughter, my husband, and my son all, I'm behind the camera, so I'm not in the picture, but they're all putting up some of the bat acoustic monitors that are part of this acoustic monitoring project that we have coming up for the new year. So exciting stuff. I just found out yesterday that there's loads of data, loads of bat data on at least one set of the first set that we've downloaded from the monitors we put up, and that's really exciting to hear. Is I think a real quick overview yesterday was 7 different species of just bats at one of the sites where we put up our monitors. So real cool. I'm excited about this project, a project being offered by my TMT team. Just a great opportunity to get things out, get monitors out across the state and contribute to data and contribute to even a national project going on. So great presenters, those of you who know Craig Hensley and Wendy Anderson, who are our Texas Nature Trackers team leads. They'll be presenting, and it will be a wonderful workshop. So I hope everyone gets a chance to register and attend. And again, these are going to be recorded as well. So The recordings will be on our website, even if you can't attend live. The second item in the series of the TNT mini series. So again, this isn't our regular TMN Tuesday event or day, but it is being offered as a TNT event, TMN Tuesday event on another day, another Tuesday. So February 6th is our iNaturalist Train the Trainer workshop. And so all you iNatters out there, we need your help. We are looking for, the Texas Nature Trackers program is looking for people to help spread the message about iNaturalist and all of the Texas Nature Trackers projects and how other people can contribute. So what this workshop will focus on is establishing more people, more of our volunteers who can talk about iNaturalist and the Texas Nature Trackers program and recruit from their peers in the public and give kind of the spiel about iNaturalist and Texas Nature Trackers at the local level, and kind of help our TNT biologists out in that regard.
There's some quick
All right,
questions.
so I see lots going in chat, but I'm not catching any of it. Are there any questions I can help answer?
I'll cover them quickly just for the sake of the recording. We will put the chat on our website as well. But for those that are listening to this as a recording and not watching the chat, the TNT series are 2 hours long because it's a lot of content. And while these descriptions, this is the first time you're seeing these, are not on our website yet, they will be here within the next couple of hours. And they'll also be on our social media as well, and our listserv. So stay tuned. This is fresh off the press, and something that you'll definitely want to keep your eye out for. Some more dates for you to put on your calendar of events that are upcoming. As part of our TMN Tuesdays this year, we're hosting another one of our recurring events born out of the pandemic, our virtual volunteer fair. Highly requested to continue this event where we connect partners that are looking for virtual or distance-based projects and service opportunities for Master Naturalists with Master Naturalists, with y'all, to be able to perform those service projects, again, at a distance or virtually through the hottest months of the year. This year, we're going to be hosting our virtual volunteer fair on April 9th. So that is also a crossover. It's going to be our highlighted TMN Tuesday event that month, will be our virtual volunteer fair. There will be more information put out about this in the coming weeks and months, but we wanted to make sure that you have this date on your calendar now. As chapters, as members, how you can help is to spread the word, share our call for proposals when we send out our call for projects from our partners, and then again, save the date to be able to engage with our partner programs that are looking for volunteers for their projects. So we're excited to have this continue again this year as one of our major highlighted events for the Master Naturalist program again in 2024. And April 9th is not the day of the total eclipse, it's April 8th. April 8th. Yeah. I was for sure watching that crossover, Julie, because I'm going to be outside at 1 o'clock. I think it's 1:05 is the total eclipse for that. We did watch that. Michelle and I were very aware of that event and making sure that we were not on the same day. Our annual meeting in 2024, save the date, is October 24th through the 27th. We will be in San Marcos, on the edge of the Balcones Escarpment, in the heart of Central Texas, where the ecoregions and our urban environments collide and collaborate. And we're excited to be alongside all of our Master Naturalists in the Hays County chapter and the surrounding county chapter areas, as we go into their part of the state with our 2024 annual meeting. So stay tuned as more information is released on our annual meeting. Some more long-term planning for our Master Naturalist program. We have our Master Naturalist license plate It is still available. It's available for anybody and everybody. More than just master naturalists can order our license plate and put this on your vehicle. If you're a dragonfly enthusiast, an outdoor enthusiast, and you want to support the Master Naturalist program, this is a great way to do so. And it's a lot of fun for Michelle and I to be able to see license plates down the road that look familiar, and that we recognize those that support the Master Naturalist program. If you want to, once you order yours, send us your picture of your plate and we will share it, without sharing your information, but we'll share it out there so that we can be on the lookout for you. I saw one the other day that said LOSTPNS. It was Lost Pines. And so the Lost Pines chapter president has her chapter license plate out there.
If you've been kind of around since October and November and December, you may have heard about the new support organization that our program or that is being developed to support the Master Naturalist program, the Friends of TMN group. We had not we, but the leaders, the spearheads that have been developing the Friends support group had a presentation, just an informational session that took place in December. And if you want to hear or know more about that, let me know and we can get the recording out to you. But this is also a kind of a long-term item that we are looking forward to in support of the Master Naturalist program, is the development and further development and implementation of the Friends group for the Master Naturalist program. And essentially it will help initially, and essentially it'll help form a financial support organization for the program, which may help alleviate any financial and logistical concerns from both of our state sponsoring agencies that sponsor the Master Naturalist program statewide. And if you have any questions, let us know or let me know, and I can put you in touch with the lead person that is developing that, and spearheading that, and help answer any questions you have.
Some more long-term planning with our Master Naturalist program. Our state office has a Texas Master Naturalist Endowment, an account that we opened in 2016 as a way to hold and produce perpetual funding for the Master Naturalist program, additional perpetual funding for the Master Naturalist program to be used for the benefit of the program, our chapters, our members, and that endowment is continuing to grow in the account at Texas A&M Foundation. Thank you to everybody who donated, especially those who remember the Master Naturalist Endowment as part of your end of the year giving plan. This is on our website and will continue to be shared through our website, our social media platforms, and our other channels of communication as this continues again as part of our long-term planning for the program. Wrapping up our TMN Tuesday, our first of our 2024 series, I couldn't help, as I was closing out this PowerPoint, think about something that Steve Nelly said in our last TMN Tuesday in December of 2023. And if you did not join us for that one, it is definitely worth a watch. It was one of the highlights of our 2023 series. He talked about land stewardship. It's not what you think. And he said that it's about a person's relationship to the land. It's about who you are on the inside. And as that reflects on to your stewardship of the property around you or the land around you. A wonderful way to close out last year's program, but also a way to reflect in your resolution. I'm getting philosophical here, but it was a great program to really think about how you wanted to continue into the next year of your Master Naturalist involvement, and how you wanted to reflect in your stewardship of the resources. And so again, highly encourage you to watch that if you didn't join us for that one.
And then leaving you with some more resources. Not only was Steve Nelly's presentation a great thing to go back and look at. Other resources we wanted to mention for you on your Master Naturalist journey over this course of the year is our state website. We really try to keep this website updated with the most up-to-date information. If there's ever a question that's asked amongst all of us in our office, we try to be preemptive and get that information up on the website. So I'm kind of throwing this out there as if you have a question, go to our website as a preemptive strike at trying to answer all of your questions. We try to get as many resources and news items and information available and up on our website as possible and in as timely a fashion as possible. And we just want to invite you to kind of peruse the website and let us know if there's more that could be included there, things that are missing that you still have a question on. Let us know and we can kind of get that updated. We every time we do these TMN Tuesdays, we have the question of, can I watch it recording? Yes, that recording is on our website. The question itself and the answer to the question itself is on the website. How to register for the series for the rest of the year. The links are all on our website. So we try to make that the go-to spot, one-stop shop for everything. And just a kind of a little bit of a disclaimer about the website or things that you receive through the listserv or items on our calendar and in Naturalist News, that just because it's on our website, an event, let's say an advanced training event, just because it's on our website or goes out through our listserv or is in the Naturalist News, it doesn't mean that it's automatically approved as advanced training. What still needs to happen is a review by your local chapter, a review and approval by your local chapter of that specific event for advanced training, because not all advanced trainings are applicable to every chapter in the state or every location in the state. So just keep that in mind if you're seeing advanced training notices or field sessions come out through any of these links and avenues, that it just still does need to be reviewed and approved at your local chapter level for advanced training, as an example.
Also sign up for our listserv is a great way to stay in touch. And I dropped that link in the chat. I apologize about the screen share. I was trying to grab the link and I ended up trying to share the whole darn page. Ending our TMN Tuesday, Michelle and I want to stop for just one more second and say thank you. Thank you for being a Master Naturalist. Thank you for being part of our program, being part of our naturalist family. Thank you for your hours, your service, your passion, your energy into our natural resources. It's something that Michelle and I just cannot talk about without getting emotional about having you as part of our program and the power of our program as well.
So I'm so excited about the year ahead. As we mentioned, just thank you for being with us on this Master Naturalist journey this far and to this point. And we look forward to another great year moving forward and ahead, and happy to have Hannah on board and part of this program and sharing in these thank yous and excitement also. So lots of great things coming up for the new year, and that includes you and you being part of it. And with that, we want to thank you for being with us today, and hopefully see you in not only the next month, but our mini-series, TNT mini-series, coming up later on this month in January as well.
And with that, thank you guys. Thanks everybody. And we'll stop the recording and get this on our website by later today. Thank you guys.